I've been thinking about how the best parts of YouTube can also be the worst parts of YouTube, and it's really, really sneaky because you don't really notice. What I mean by that is we have this incredible community of creators who create content for creators. And in some ways I would kind of lump myself in as the lower end of that, but my content is here to assist other creators in, picking cameras and tech equipment and trying to inspire them with some, tips and tricks. And it's really meant to be an empowering tool for creators. And I'm seeing more and more people creating content for creators, which I think is the most incredible thing, because the ability to just use a channel like YouTube to freely express yourself and your creativity and create some amazing content it's so special. The problem that I'm finding, and I'm talking to myself and looking myself in the mirror, is sometimes I think the content that we're creating for creators creates creators who create more content for creators, because we're all in the same community, and it's a really good way to even grow and find an audience and find people who like your content. But what I worry that we end up is that we're all in this gigantic bubble where we could easily start only speaking to ourselves. Meaning that I create content for a creator to help them, and then they end up taking my content and it helps them create content that they create to help other creators, and so on and so forth. And what would end up happening is that we would end up creating just a gigantic circle where we're only speaking to ourselves. And what ends up happening is I think that we need to find a way to apply our voices to things that appeal to people who maybe aren't interested in being creators, who simply are looking for good content. I mean, we all watch Netflix or Hulu or even, YouTube or different things just for the sheer joy of being entertained, or the emotions of feeling something or learning, but like entertainment takes on many forms, but a lot of entertainment doesn't actually have anything to do with inspiring you to go and entertain. It's just like to make you think and your humanity and express something. And in some ways, I think if you're in a bubble like the bubble that I feel like I'm in, is it's actually gone too far, where I love the idea of inspiring other creators. But if all we're doing is inspiring ourselves and not having, in some ways, the courage, and I'm speaking to myself here, to take my skills as a creator and try and express something on a bigger scale to a larger audience, I think I'm doing myself a disservice. And I think the challenge with that is, I know if I create content for creators, it's going to get consumed. The algorithm seems to like it, searchability, you guys watch because you're my subscribers, and that's why you're here. But it's harder to get something out there that is not so searchable, especially on YouTube. And I think that's a challenge because, we all want to create and have people watch our creations. I think it's actually kind of weird if you like to create something you don't want anybody to see it. I think that's oftentimes fear. But it is this balance to go through, I think, the trials of going, I'm going to create content and hope that people find it and like it, which is hard. Meanwhile, it feels much easier to just go and create content that people are going to like because it's content for creators. Like, I get that. I bought a new lens and I was like, I'm going to make videos about this new lens because people will like the video about the new lens. And then I got the new lens and I thought about how, who cares? Like, who cares? It's a lens. Like, a lens is a tool to make stuff, and that's awesome. And I love that we have all these cool tools now. But I'm like, I bet there's somebody else who's made a review of this lens. And the other thing that people can do is they could buy the lens, try it out, see if they like it, and then return it. But we get caught up in this world where we need to know what other people think, and we need them to put a stamp of approval on what it is that we're thinking about buying or doing, as opposed to just getting some stuff and learning ourselves. And I think in some ways we can be, just a little bit lost. And I feel a little bit lost right now, even with this channel, because I go, am I actually helping people create, or am I just creating more noise that creates confusion for people where they don't know what to buy, they don't know what to do because there's just so much information out there. And you can spend all day long consuming incredible content from incredible creators like Peter McKinnon and Maddie Poya and Chris Howe and Lizzie Pierce and Becky and Chris and Jesse Driftwood, and try and do all the things that they do. But at the end of the day, that's not going to make for good videos. It'll make for technically sound videos because they're all very good at what they do. But you have to find a way to have your own personality, your own voice, and even deeper than that, your own message in what you're creating that isn't just content for other creators. You can do that, but I just think there's more than that. There's got to be more than that. And how do we find it? I don't know. I just been thinking about that. And I love all those people. I love them as creators. And I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong, or anybody else who loves this space is doing something wrong. I just see more and more people watching creators who create content for creators continue to create more content for creators. And I just don't know how much more we need without finding something new. And I think it's a problem for a lot of people. You find a model that works and you just do it. My favorite TV show in the world is this Top Gear. It's a car show, and now they've moved over to Amazon, and now there's different Top Gears and different drive. There's all these other shows that are following the exact same format, and they're just not as good because they just haven't iterated well. And that's what I want to do. 2019 is the year where I figure out how to iterate this channel into something new and different that isn't just giving information that ends up clouding people. And I don't know what that looks like, but we're going to figure it out. That, my friends, is a long ramble.